Okay. So if the context is 0, yep, cool. So what we want to do is we now want to query all windows, check if the window, no. Add all windows as known. Yeah. So what's the UI for this gonna look like? If you select something, add all windows as known. I don't think I want to do it this way because that tags all the windows and I don't want to tag them all, because if you switched from include to exclude, the natural thing to do is just remove them all, but I don't think that's what I want. I don't know, maybe that is what I want. Because I guess what I'm saying is that every time you switch, actually probably just when you switch from exclude to include, that's probably the only time you need to recompute this. I think. I think that's the only time you need to recompute it. If you go from exclude to include, you need to do this again, in which case I think this does make sense. I think I want to add all windows as known, and then the thing is, I don't want to add all windows as known because there's a bunch of UI stuff. If you go from exclude to include, I want to keep what is already there, but add in new ones. That if, when we do a reprobe, and I think that's fine. And I think I'm just thinking about the multi-threading of it. Because one, there's going to be a thread handling X11 events. I think I want that thread to be the one that handles this. So I'm going to have it... Yeah, similar to what I currently do now with the valid fields. I think I will have the UI only put valid in one direction from yes to no, and then have the background thread be the one that resets it back to yes. Is that what I settled on? I think that's what I settled on. This isn't dialog. Yeah, so yeah, this just does its processing. And if it's not valid, it breaks. And returns, apparently. I clearly knew what drain mode was, because everywhere I'm like, should I do this? Do I need to do this? And do we join on this thread? Is that how this works? Where do we actually launch the thread? Is it here? It is. Right, but then we would just carry on. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Draw audio console. If it's not valid, continue. Wait, so what actually sets valid? You do. You do as well. Oh, you have to do a dealloc? Oh, and then we p-thread join on it. That makes sense. Audio input dealloc? Yeah. That makes sense. And we do another probe and another pipe. To do freeing the text. Nah. Nah. I think that makes sense. All right. Okay, query all windows. We can do that. Yeah, it's roots iterator. Screw it. I remember this. We just need the connection, so we can XCB get set up X, or the amount that I don't want to write this every single time is quite high. We probably need better error handling than that. No, it's not here. The result must be freed. Oh, I understand. Okay, sure. Couldn't get the X setup information. Should we have a way of... Because, like, this is a pretty... Oh, yeah. I was gonna... We kind of... don't need that if we're erroring. And then this should be setup equals... whoops. And so we have XCB setup, T pointer setup. Okay, so we got the setup information, and then we want to loop through. Yeah, we want to loop through all the iterators. All the roots? Is that what we want to do? Don't we want to look through the screens? We can close this. Setup roots iterator. Okay, this is not quite what I thought it was. I don't think it's here. I think it's in the other one. I see. Okay. Oh, it's an exporter. Okay. Here we go. Setup roots iterator. Screen next. Okay, I don't think that naming is amazing. But okay. Is it not here? Okay, whatever. So here's what we're gonna do. It would be nice if we could lock this structure somehow. Because what happens if I unplug a screen while I'm using it? I genuinely don't know. If we get a connection to the X server and we just wait like 10 minutes, can we process all of the events at once for those past 10 minutes? Or is there a timeout? I don't know. Okay, here's what we're gonna do though. X context dot end screens equals, and can I get this up? XCB setup roots length. It can be negative. I don't like that. Okay. Setup X context dot screens equals malloc. Well, it's kind of more like this, right? The problem is they could be deallocated. Maybe with a pointer, maybe not. I don't know if that's right, because the thing is, like, if they do get deallocated or even moved, can they get moved? I don't know the answer to that. Because a screen has a root window. And I think that's what I'm interested in. I think that's how I ask if a window is on a screen. You check if it's a sub window of a root window. I imagine I'll get a reparent event for that though. I think I'm gonna copy it.